BULA VINAKA Lifeline families and followers, welcome to our first Facebook live show. Today with us we have Mrs. Timlima Rokotangane, Service and Training Coordinator at Lifeline Fiji. If you do have any questions, please private message us on our Facebook page and we will try to answer you. Just to have a brief we will uh, 88 raise awareness on this. We want to focus on the importance of will be here with us and elaborating more on the services that Lifeline Fiji does, and also will be sharing her experience on this field as well. Vinaka.
So, Mrs. Rokotangane, can you enlighten us with the work that Lifeline does so that our viewers may know?
VINAKA. Lifeline Fiji is an NGO that provides emotional support and we have a national crisis whereby disability have provided those two lines are free and you can call in at any time. It's a 24-hour service whereby there will be an officer who will respond to you accordingly when you call us.
So this toll-free line, Ms. Rokotangane, what does this crisis line does? How does it work? Yeah?
Now, we believe at Lifeline Fiji that when individuals go through a crisis, there are certain elements of our crisis that we can talk about with our friends, with our families. There comes to a point in our life when there are certain types of crises that we cannot talk about. We believe at Lifeline Fiji that listening is a very important part of supporting one another. With our national crisis line, our line is basically there to listen to you, allow you to talk about your issues, talk about what you want to talk about, and this will give the space to just feel good about talking about your issues. In many cases where we have come across, people are reluctant to come forward. Individuals are more comfortable with bottling up their issues because they deem and they seem to speculate that people won't understand. No one will understand me the way I am. That is why this line has been set up, so that you are given the space to talk about your issues. And the beauty of it is you do not know who's on the line on the other side, and they do not know who you
are. Can you delve more into the text?
With Lifeline prevention and emotional support program. With the types of cases that comes in, we've had domestic violence cases, related cases, we have child-related cases, we have suicide cases whereby they are just ideations, there's no plan in place. We have had the survivors of attempted suicide. We have had relatives of those who have taken their life by suicide. We have relationship problems with the spouses at home. We also have relationship problems with parents and their children. Children calling in because of exams looking up the corner.
Wow.
So it's just being there to listen and allowing them to bring out what's inside of them. So with Lifeline Fiji, as I mentioned earlier, our core business is emotional support. Now with every cases that we receive, there's always an element of emotions attached. At Lifeline Fiji, we understand that there's a mental facility here in Fiji with the Ministry of Health, whereby we can just go in and talk about whatever we are going through physically. Our body is being attended to by physicians. Our minds, we go to specialists in hospitals to support us with mental issues or mental sickness that we have. We understand at Lifeline Fiji when our emotions are affected by the crisis that we are going through, what happens is there's nowhere to go to. And the danger part, or what we're looking at Lifeline Fiji, is the ability to conceal these emotions. And we tend to bottle it up. With every crisis that we go through, there's an emotional aspect that we bottle up. One, because it's invisible and it's easy to conceal. Secondly, when you talk about it, usually our friends would just shout and say, get over it. Some would say, that happens. By tomorrow you'll be okay. Yes, by tomorrow the crisis has gone. But the emotional aspect of it, you've started to bottle it up. I think about a cup of water where you keep pouring in water daily. When there's a crisis, imagine you're pouring your emotion in that cup. At the end of the week, maybe you've gone through 5 individual crises, and the emotional aspect has not been addressed. Feel free to call us at Lifeline Fiji if you want to talk about that.
So when they reach out to you, this is the number that they call into 132454. Right?
Yes.
So if you're listening out there, going through things in life and you don't have anyone to talk to, please reach out to this number 132454. There are counselors and crisis support workers at the end of the line. We're always there to help you out.
More into the types of cases. I understand that we also do referral here at Lifeline Fiji. Can you explain the different stakeholders or the go-to organizations that you do your referral to when clients come in with different issues?
That is the beauty of the service that Lifeline has to offer. Before I answer that question, Bill, our service has the reach of the whole nation of Fiji. Whether you're living in Kanahu, or you're living in Laos, or you're in the Yasawa groups, in the Mamanudas, you're in the highlands of Mbak, remember you can just reach us by phone. The beauty of this is that when we have listened to you regarding the issues that you're going through and address the emotional aspect of it, we also try and assist you in analyzing the issue and find out what other needs are represented in that particular issue. Now, our team works together and we collaborate on identifying which organization which is available, and we know of the service that is provided that we can refer to or transfer the information or the case to, whereby you'll be assisted accordingly. Don't get me wrong. Now, we will need your consent for us to do that. And if you are not agreeable to that, that is okay with us. But we will definitely give you the information that you need to support you along the way. We work under the Ministry of Health, with the Ministry of Health. We have had cases referred from the ministry and referred to the ministry. We also have cases from social welfare, from the Fiji Police Force Sexual Offense Unit. We've had other NGOs referring cases to us and vice versa. And we're thankful for this working relationship because it gives us the opportunity to share the service that's out there to be accessible to those who have called us, either from the Central Division, Western Division, or even from the Northern Division. That is the beauty of the service that Lifeline provides.
Once again, viewers, thank you for joining us on our very first segment in the live shows. And yes, this is Mrs. Tangane from Lifeline Fiji, our training and support officer, as well as our crisis support officer here. We're just talking about, for you that is just joined in, we were just talking about the services that Lifeline Fiji provides and how you can access the services and how we connect with other stakeholders in yes, with your issues, in regards to your issues. Yeah.
Just on with a comment from Joey Kalovo. Joey Kalovo, with any material in regards to organization that are objectives of organization, please, team member, can you please just elaborate more on the objectives of the organization and what do you once more, just for some of the viewers who are just tuning in.
Lifeline Fiji's main objective right now is suicide prevention. We're working towards the elimination of suicide here in Fiji. Maybe we won't be able to totally eradicate that. And we're also looking at empowerment of individuals. We all go through stress. We all go through crisis. We all go through our own issues. But the fact of the matter is we have something up your sleeve that you'll be able to use to cope with the situation. Now, when someone is drowning in the river, you won't see the person straight away just going down to the bottom of the riverbed. They will definitely be doing something, either tapping on the water or yelling out or doing something to say that they need help. Now, we would like to give that back to a person or whoever's listening here today. Remember, it's okay that you're going through something that you think is not okay. Now, you are not alone. We are here, and you can always reach out to us. Suicide is not the answer. Self-harm is not the answer. And if you have attempted self-harm before, remember, you have a reason. And the best way to handle that is ask for help. Raise up your hand by calling our national toll-free number 132-454.
On that note as well, Ms. Romatangane, you mentioned about suicide and this. Why do people, why do people attempt suicide, or why do people wanna, do this, and take off their lives? What is the reason behind it?
I've heard remarks, Jeremiah, on those who have attempted. I can give you a rope. If you want to die, I can help you. But when we look closer into these issues of suicide, it has been an ongoing journey of emotional turmoil for individuals. Some traces back to their early childhood. Maybe it started when the boy started going to school. For an instance, there was this young girl who actually attempted, just because of overhearing the conversations mom and dad has every day. Don't get me wrong. Mom and dad does not intend for their child to go that way. And the most interesting and painful part is, many a times our actions which we portray to our loved ones, we do not take into account the impact from where they're standing. The perception of the next person. I'm always right with whatever I think. But when we think outside the box, what would be the impact on the other person? So many times our actions have pushed our loved ones away because we try to project what we think, what we want towards our loved ones. And this is something that pushes them to the edge of suicide. Suicide is the last attempt of the person to end pain. It's not about getting attention. It's about ending pain. And usually, the pain can be concealed, like I said earlier, it's not physical. It is never physical. It's always emotional.
Okay, so for our viewers, I want to thank some of our viewers that have been very vocal and been very helpful in sharing our post, our very first video. Especially to Elana Bikadike of the Rock Market. Thank you for sharing and showing your support to us on your Rock Market page.
Just on that note as well, Rock Market is happening this Sunday behind at the back of MHCC. Please come and show your support. at the Rock Market. Also there will be Lifeline volunteers around with their teams. And if you want to show your support, please come by and donate a coin. All these proceedings will go towards Lifeline Fiji and their cause in saving lives.
And also, thank you to Mr. VINAKA for sharing our post, as well as Dr. Joseph Veramo, thank you for being so vocal and supportive. Also, we have a very interesting comment and post from Nia Young Press. About your comment, we will be talking more on the things that you covered in the coming segments. So, for you viewers out there, yeah, we'll be covering it. Yes.
Just on that note as well, thank you very much. Please share those videos, share those buttons. This is our first episode. We want to take this message out and raise awareness on the importance of mental health and why is it important to take care of yourself, mental health, emotional health, joining the fight against suicide. Once again, thank you, Joey Kolovo, for the word yes. One of the questions that just came in now is, Tima, is how can parents, guardians be more respectful to teaching moral values at home?
That's really, really interesting. I would like to make a general statement at this point. When we look at teachers who teach us in schools, nurses who nurse us at our beds in hospitals, where do they go? Where do they learn all this? You know, they have institutions that groom them to what they are now. When we look at our parents, I've always asked this question with parents when they come in or they call in. Can you please tell me which institution you went to be able to qualify to be a parent? And usually the answer is the same, because there's none. And that's something that we will have to look at when we talk about parents. Being a parent myself, we became parents when we have children. With moms, when you know that you're carrying, you automatically become one. So when we talk about behavior and skill parenting, we have gone to the institution of culture, family, religion, back at home. Monkey sees, monkey does. So how we have been parented, that's exactly how we have turned to parent our children. I remember I grew up with the sticks and the sasa brooms and this small fern they call at home. Then you also just approach it and whack the backside with it. I grew up with that. That was my training. That was the parenting skill that was used on me. And if someone was listening in or watching, he knows very well what does that mean. So basically, first and foremost, let's give our parents a space. And if you're a child listening in, do not hesitate to ask. But if you are a parent, how about asking the child the basic questions? When you did that, do you think it's right? The tone can mean something. The space that you provide as a parent, the timing of whatever the discussion is about. I remember my days when I used to ask questions when I'm angry, and I discipline when I'm angry. Maybe my children learn something, but looking back now, I stole away a moment of bonding while discussing issues, trying to learn as I go along. But right now with our parents, let's come down to the common table where we sit and analyze and discuss issues with our parents. Remember, even though they may think otherwise, they haven't been to the institution of skilled parenting, and we learn as we grow. So I think with us at Lifeline Fiji, when parents come in, we sit with them, we talk about behavior therapy, rewarding, conditioning the behavior of children by incentives and stuff. So it's all about discussion. It's all about the round table discussion. It's all about the timing, the tone that we use. This is what the parents, oh, as a parent, I've learned when my children ask back. And it took me a while to accept that they can ask. Because all I knew is I don't ask. I do.
You sit
as
back
a child.
and
Yes.
you absorb it.
You take them. Whether you like it or you don't, you take it. But how about discussing?
Just on that note as well, it's if you go back, something that it's not only now, but it's something that we've grown up with, you know. We've been taught this culture of silence, that you have to be quiet, don't raise your voice. So it's something that we've been instilled when we're growing up.
Exactly.
So when we are now over here, it's hard for us to just get out of that place. We have always adhered to the things that we've grown up with.
Exactly. And I think, Jerry, that contributes to the culture of silence when it comes to suicide. We've grown up with the fact that, with the understanding that if we are going through something wrong, that means something is wrong with us. So, because that has been institutionalized in our family, in our culture, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but what it has taught us is to be quiet about everything. I remember with our previous boss when she asked about something and then I go, it's okay. It's okay with me. It's okay with me. And she has to actually raise her voice to say, no, what is your view? And then it dawned on me that it's not okay to be silent all the time. We need to ask, we need to talk, we need to maybe just raise your hand and say, may I ask? We have to learn to seek help. We have to learn to ask the question. Or we have to learn to reach out. I think that's something that really contributes to suicide now, because we bodily part. We have to teach our children to reach out. We have to teach our children, give them the space to ask those stupid little wrong questions. It may be a wrong.
That's how they learn.
Exactly. And it builds that trust, it builds that relationship with them. I remember now that some of my children can still come up and say, you know, that the thing that you said, I don't agree. It's a new behavior with me, but I'm embracing it because I feel good that at least I know what's going on with them. I have an insight to what they are going through. And for them to come back with whatever is bothering them, I'm thankful that that is happening. Not all the time, but you know, with young people, not all the time, but at least I have something. So if we continue to allow them, parents, it's just like shining that light on the dark spot. Gradually, it will become opened and we'll have access. Rather than saving us from the pain of hurting when our children are hurting, which all parents does. So yes, allow them to raise their hand and speak out and ask and just be themselves, whether they are right or they're wrong. I'd love to have a child express themselves in a very maybe not acceptable manner in the way he or she talks. I have an understanding. We have to have understanding as parents that if they are rough about it or they're doing something that's not appropriate, there must be something behind it.
Just one more question. Lavinia and BULA, Lavinia, a question from Lavinia is, do you have centers all in the country if one wants to seek help and want to talk to someone in person regarding today's topic?
Naka Lavinia, answering your question, right now we do not have centers around Fiji, but remember, you can access us right now on our crisis line on 132-454, either from Vodafone phone or digital phone. It is free and you can ask anything. You can access us during the day and also in the night.
So currently you're just based in Suva?
Yes.
Okay. So Lavinia, I hope that answers your question. We're only based in Suva. Currently we have a toll-free line 132-454 which you can reach out to on a phone, a voter, and a digital number. On that note as well, just going back to the topic, Joey Kalabul just message, what sort of punishments would you recommend in the homes as a form of discipline?
Lifeline Fiji are no experts in punishment. As far as Lifeline is concerned, we listen. And if there's a punishment, we'll give you, if you come to our office and you do something wrong, we'll give you tea without sugar. Now, that won't be applicable at home, but as parents, if we are at home and our children has done something that warrants discipline, it would be advisable, or it would be applicable. You know your child best, and what does your child likes. What about the favorite program, TV program at home? Maybe Barbie. So 2 days without Barbie. If he's going to school, a little bit less pocket money this week. And if he doesn't improve, take the whole pocket money away for a day. And if he improves, give it back instantly. How about depriving them of what they love best for a certain period of time? And remember, it's important to discuss with your child why all these are happening. The tone of your voice, the time of discussion, and also getting the child's view and allowing the child to understand the expected outcome of this behavior change. It's very important to get their views and also help them understand the process.
Just on the note, we want to welcome all our viewers again. For those of you who are listening and watching us from America, Australia, New Zealand, and around Fiji, from the western side, BULA, VINAKA, this is from us as Lifeline Fiji. We just want to raise awareness on the importance of mental health and emotional well-being, joining the fight against suicide. Once again, this talkback show is proudly supported by Vodafone 88 Fiji Foundation. Through their generosity, we are bringing you live important issues that are not talked about much and are usually shoved away just because we are brought up in this culture of silence and this taboo to talk about things that we go through. So with that, today, this is our first talkback show. And we're hoping to improve on this. So if you have any recommendations, please inbox us. If you have any messages, or if you need for us to touch on a topic that you would like us to, please message us, inbox us, so that we can bring this topic out, so that we can discuss it. And let's just break those barriers, break those boundaries in talking about these issues freely. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, Jerry, about suicide. For those who have taken their lives through suicide and self-harm, if you were listening in today and you had someone who lost their life through suicide, relatives, loved ones, family members, whether it was last month or 10 years ago, if you want to talk about it, please don't hesitate to call us. We have a program here with us. It's called the Suicide Post-Tension Program, whereby you can just really talk about it. Many a times we have shoved those emotions and feelings and thoughts and ideas and pain aside, and we have moved on with our life, supposedly moved on with our life. But many a times, to you, the mom who's listening right now, when you used to have your own session alone in your bathrooms, reminiscing on the pain that you went through with your lost son or your lost daughter, please don't hesitate to call us. For you who has mourned the loss of your sister, your brother, your grandfather, don't hesitate. When you find that courage, please call us. We would love to hear your story. we would love to journey with you. Just maybe, your journey will be a source of empowerment, encouragement to those who will go through theirs in the near future. And you may be looking at volunteering with Lifeline Fiji, just to be that support group, a support person where they can talk to whenever they need to talk to someone. So for you student listening, or you'll be watching this program, you want to talk about it, you're here at Lifeline Fiji, feel free to call us.
Just another question from Lavinia. Is it normal to start talking and explaining about suicide, rape, sex, etc., to your 7 years old child, or is it too soon?
VINAKA, with children, age is a very important aspect of a child's information gathering system. But then again, remember, as a parent or as a caregiver, when a child has asked a question about something, that means that the child has had a certain level of exposure to the issue. It's very important to calmly sit down with the child, ask more, explore on what he or she has known. What was the reason behind the question? And as a responsible adult, it's very important to give correct and specific information adequate or suitable for the child's age. But do not shun them out, because sometimes children have access to information that's way beyond their age. But they're just showing you the tip of the iceberg. Now, if you're listening in as a caregiver or as a parent or as an adult sister or brother, if your smaller sister or brother asks about something, be the gentleman or the gentle lady, sit the child down. Allow the child to ask as many questions as the child wants, and you answer it in the manner that you think is suitable. They may ask questions more than what they're supposed to be asking. Remember, it's what they have access to. It's the information that they have access to. That is the reason why they're asking. And the final straw on that issue, if you do not answer the question properly, if your daughter is asking you, I always say this to every dads and every daughters whenever I speak with them. This is what I usually say: Dad, your chest is the safest chest that your daughter can lean on, either with questions, with boyfriend stories, with anything, with drugs, and sometimes we shove them away with just one answer. How about if the guy next door or the guy who sits with her in school has the answer to the question, and he gives it with his full support? He provides time, he makes time to answer those questions, and you are not there to see the difference. I challenge us parents, caregivers, would you be willing? Those questions used to be taboos in our days, eh? Oh, kuha nila kumike, mana ni tala ni kasi. Gone are those days. So we need to sit down with them, explore into what in their world, what they have access to, and answer for them.
On that note as well, just a bit more statistics. Just before we came into, I was looking into the statistics wise, and for last year, was it a 7-year-old that completed suicide? Yes. So as a young, our record states that the youngest person that have completed suicide is a 7-year-old. Is it a girl? 7-year-old girl. So if we look at it on the other side, it's quite impulsive. You know, we don't know who will at what age, who is going to complete. But you know, just bringing that step down and just looking at a 7-year-old completing suicide, that's mind-boggling, you know. we don't know what is the little kid going through. But just listening to what you said, the importance of parents sitting with their kids and just talking about these issues. If they're going through something in life, please don't bottle things up. Let us know. Let them know of what are happening and what are going on.
I just want to add a little bit on the communication part. Parents and children, I know I'm generalizing this statement because for us it's okay. I can feel like in most situations that there is a gap between the parents and their children because of we feel uncomfortable talking about issues, or parents themselves, they do not know how to respond to certain issues or questions that the children ask. Yeah? But you try and answer them, in any way that fits best. Once you communicate with each other, that's when you see the distance between you and your children starts closing. And there'll come a time where your children will talk freely to you about anything that they are going through, or any questions that they have. So the important thing here for families is communication, and make sure you set a time to talk about issues or answer their questions. And also one thing I want to stress here is, looking at your children and the ages and the stages, and then you talk to them about the things to expect in that age or stages. That's how you inform them, you prepare them for the things that they, that they do not expect or expect. Sorry, they do not expect to happen. Things, it happens, and then they do not how to react or how to deal with it. But if they are already informed, enlightened on the things that they expect or the things that they can go through during that stage, then they are well informed. And if it comes to that, then they'll come back to you and then they'll ask, and then you'll communicate. Communication is important. Yes. And once that starts, you love having time with your children.
Family time. How about this, relationship within husband and wife? How could they, just work and talk so that, most of we go through Facebook in social media where problems are being poured out, where the public see and talk about, and there's this scratch and that scratch. What is one message that you would, want to convey to our listeners, to our viewers that are listening out there? What is one of the things that you would want to convey?
Jerry, I think the first thing is do not wait till the last minute. When we start posting up our status against each other, it basically means that we've reached a level where we cannot bottle it up anymore. We all have abilities to bottle up issues, but we've reached a certain level where we cannot bottle it up anymore. And it has to come out somehow, one way or the other. But then again, at home, we may not be able to discuss issues with our spouses, with our partners. How about your best friend? How about a workmate? We've had cases where couples or one of the partner walks in just to talk about an issue, and in the end, this same partner goes back and gets the other half here just to share the same issue. And sometimes they walk in with their children. This is because with us we have a space where they can just be themselves. They can just talk about whatever they feel and not be judged, which is something that's very, very important. I shared yesterday with my colleagues that this is something that's really true, whereby we project our views on our own experience onto others. And there's a saying that goes like one size fits all. With emotional wellness, whatever happened with you, it may not be the same remedy for the other person. But there's no harm in pulling it up in a very peaceful manner. But remember, it may not work for that person. So it's important to give that space Let them get it out and arrange it in such a way that they would be able to identify whatever is workable and whatever is not. That is what we do here at Lifeline Fiji. And couples, if you're listening in, parents, if you are listening in, please do not hesitate to contact us. We will be most happy and we will be ready to listen and journey with you. You also mentioned, Jerry, about relationships at home. Going back to the children, there have been cases where children are exposed to violent environment at home, not only physically, but also verbally.
So it's the different dynamics that the families have.
Yes. And it's sad to say that at times, as parents, we choose to discuss our issues when the children are in bed or 1 hour after they've gone to bed. Remember that children have a very, very effective way of concealing how they feel, what they see. She may be under her pillow and under her blanket, but she's 100% awake.
Yeah.
So whatever you say to your partner, it may be because that's how you see things. But how about a 10-year-old girl under her pillow? What would be her perception of what she said? Can she talk about it with you? Fast check that to 15 years of age, 5 years later. She'd love to stay with her friends rather than stay at home. It can be a grudge. It can be pain. It can be her perception of what has transpired that shoves the child away. Walking down the street the other day with my colleague, there were children on the streets. My mind wonders. They certainly have come from a home. They certainly have been born in a hospital or a health center. What has driven them away? Maybe a quite conversation behind closed doors. Children has been exposed to. This is something that we really need to address. Maybe write it down if you cannot contain the tone of your voice, and discuss it when you are calm and you are collected, rather than voicing it out when she's asleep and wide awake.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, team today. Just from what we're saying, just to sum up the conversation that we had. Once again, Lifeline runs a crisis toll-free line, and the number is 132-454. If you're at home, please just look for a pen and just look for a paper, or maybe if you have a chalk, just on your wall write 132-454. It's a national crisis toll-free line. It's free on Inc, Vodafone, and Digicel. And we thank Vodafone and Digicel for giving us that line so that individuals that are going through crisis can call in and talk about what they're going through. Also, someone has asked, are there any other toll-free lines that are available? Yes, we do have the child helpline that is run by Medical Services Pacific, and the number is 1325. We have the domestic violence crisis line, which is
1560.
1560, and we have the national crisis line that is run by Lifeline Fiji, which is 132454. Just before we sum up, Tima, what is one message you want to share with our viewers that are listening and watching us today?
Vinaka, if you're watching today and you're listening in, or you will listen later to this program, remember, it's okay to be not okay. It's okay to be hurting. It's okay to feel lonely. But it's not okay to stay isolated. So please reach out if you ever need to. If there's a need to talk to someone, I request you to reach out and talk to Lifeline Fiji. You can call us on our number which has been given. You can also access us on our Facebook page. But remember, it's okay to be feeling the way you are. And parents, if you're listening in, let's encourage our children to seek help, to ask, to seek help within the safe environment of your home, or call the children helpline, or even call the National Crisis Line. You are not alone. Call us on 182-454.
Just before that, Bill, would you want to share something with the viewers before we end today's session?
Yes, I'm just thankful for this first session, and once again, we want to remind you that when you come in with your issues and your problem, we do not judge. We look at you as a human being and not, a human being with that has things that they go through, and not things that others label you with. So because every life matters, you have a soul, everyone has a soul, everyone has emotions, and it's very important to reach out. It's very important that you are heard, and it's very important that you
You reach out.
you reach
You
out.
get
Yeah. Once again, to all the viewers, every week we'll be bringing in guest speakers, and we'll be interviewing them. So if you have any questions, if you want us to cover on a topic like I was mentioning earlier, please private message us and let us know what topic you want us to cover. And on a Wednesday, please tune in every Wednesday on Lifeline Fiji's page. Please share this link, share this video, and remember, it's okay not to be okay. And let's raise awareness on the importance of mental health and emotional well-being, and joining the fight against suicide. Let's start saving lives. Remember?
And remember that you matter and life is.
See you next Wednesday.
Yeah, next